I think what Skoll Forum has done is extraordinary, and this whole sort of, I never knew what a social entrepreneur was, 10 years ago, and now I do, and I see how powerful these people are being in the world and in terms of transforming it. So recognizing that, when often it's a pretty thankless and difficult task, is a great achievement. And yeah, I think they've been extraordinarily generous and wise, and have sort of really underpinned a movement that hadn't properly been recognized. I think there's all sorts of positive signs, and as Sally mentioned at the beginning of tonight's ceremony, what's happened in Tunisia and Egypt is, I think, in part a realization of McLuhan's global village. You're starting to see, when everyone would have expected revolutions in those countries to have been from extremists, fundamentalists, religious in nature. Here was a sort of secular group of young people with idealists who wanted to stand up for their rights and use technology to, in part. I mean, and apparently, when the internet got closed down, they would hand out paper and pass that around, and so they used whatever was available. And I think there are possibilities for people power to really find ways now that have never been possible before. And at the same time, many situations around the world are very difficult and depressing, but this, what we've just witnessed, and the International Criminal Court is beginning to challenge a lot of the ills of the world that are often protected by national sovereignty and governments in a way they've never been challenged before. And so I'm very excited by it. The Archbishop, I think, it's wonderful he's been called a global treasure, because he's one of the most extraordinary men alive, and we're incredibly lucky to have him as chair of the elders, and so I got to know him a little bit through that. But I just think in terms of courage, in terms of compassion, of forgiveness, I can't think of anyone else who's done what he's done, and so it's just a real pleasure to sing for him.